It's a little bit dangerous because we have been denouncing internationally what is happening with the violation of human rights in Honduras, what is happening with all those people who have, the fact government have been killing in the street by the military, all those assassinations, what they have been doing, violation of rape of our sisters in the street of Honduras. There's high repression that the military have been given to the people who were peacefully demonstrating in the street, not only in the capital and the villages and in the other city in our country.
Dr. Costello, what can we do? What can Americans do?
I think we have been here trying to meet civil rights organizations, unions, and others organizations and peoples, and Congress people here in the United States, and they can pressure the government, and the government can have to declare that as a really military coup attack. And the other things, they have to put more economic sanction on those people who are supporting the coup, who already have business with the United States.
Right. When you went to the AFL-CIO National Convention in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, we had this great opportunity to be in the convention of FLCIO. Even they let us even to speak inside the convention and present the resolution, and our resolution was passed in the assembly of FLCIO. Even some of the FLCIO Labor Council in California and San Francisco, they bring to the convention a resolution against the coup attack and demanding even the more economic sanction against those people who are supporting the coup, even demanding to take Honduras out of the CAFTA, who is because all those rich people from Honduras, the 10 family who are supporting the coup, they are inside the CAFTA too. And it was great, and we are trying to work together with FLCIOs. Now we are trying to send letters to President Obama and try through the representative of FLCIO in different parts of the states that they can talk with the representative in Washington, D.C., that they can put more pressure in this action.
Have you been well treated by the press? Did the Dallas Morning News come to your event last night?
No, we didn't have no representative from the press. That's coming in different parts, and look like these issues of Honduras is not really the priority news now, what is happening. Even though when they talk about Honduras now, they're talking about soccer football, and we think that more people have been killing in the street, and now yesterday they killed another president of the union of one of the great institutions in Honduras, and they have been killing until now like a 16 member of the unions in Honduras. More than 40 people have been killing in the street, but from those 40 people, more than 16 in Honduras. I think this is something who is very important to tell the world what is happening in our country now, that every day who pass, every day that the fact government wants to put more longer this discussion in Honduras, more people are killing in the street in our country.
So we've got to get that in the Dallas Morning News some way, don't we?
Then we have to do that. I think they have to recognize if they are on the side of democracy. We have some people here who are supporting the coup in Honduras. Most of them are Republican Congress who have been traveling to support the federal government in Honduras. Then they have been doing a job of lobby in Washington, D.C., hiring high lobbyists like Lanny Davis and others who were lobbying to support the coup and support the illegal election going to be in Honduras in November. Then I think the government of the United States has to do more and put more economic sanctions in those people who are supporting the coup attack.
So people here can pressure the government to do more, but have they done about what's usually done when, for example, when the president of Venezuela was kidnapped and the president of Haiti was kidnapped? It seems that the United States actually did it. And this time, it seemed like President Obama was against the coup d'etat that overthrew democracy in Honduras.
Then President Obama, 2 days after the coup attack in Honduras, 1 day after, and even from Russia, he declared as an illegal process. He condemned and called it as even militarized. The only one television who are telling the truth what is happening in the country, who is the Canal 36 and Radio Globo, and who is the only radio station who is telling the people what is happening in the street. Even inside the country, we have this lack of information what is really happening in the repression. There's a strategy of the de facto government even to close all those stations who bring the reality of people, even to suspend the constitutional right that people have to demonstrate in the street, to speak out what they think about. Then even all those constitutional rights of people have been suspended by the de facto crazy returning, irresponsible returning.
That was Secretary of State.
That was the representative of the United States in front of the Organization of the States of America, the last. And one day before, the Secretary of State was welcoming President Zelaya to come to Honduras, and he was in the embassy of Brazil, and she was calling about a peaceful process. And we see a little bit of contradiction between all those issues, and we don't consider that the return of President Zelaya as an irresponsible action. We consider that the President Zelaya has a responsibility with all those Honduran peoples who elect him as a president of our country. Then he has a responsibility to return to Honduras, to return to accompany the struggle of those people who had been more than 90 days in the streets, then who had been repressed by the police. Then he, as a leader, had the responsibility to return to Honduras and accompany those people in the streets who had been fighting for the returning of democracy in Honduras.
So you're for President Zelaya, you're for the return of democracy in Honduras, and are you touring the United States? What are you doing in Dallas?
Then we are here in Dallas meeting with some organization, Honduran organization and Latin American organization based in Dallas, trying to meet some human rights organization here. We was before in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and the FLCIO annual convention introducing a resolution there. And after that, we visit Washington, D.C., invited by the CBC, Congressional Black Caucus annual meeting to meet with some of the black congressionals there. Then we visit some members of Progressive Caucus and Latino Caucus, and to try to bring the reality, what is really happening in Honduras, because we don't see the reality in the newspaper, we don't see the reality in the traditional television channels, because even inside it is good to come here.